There is a version of you that people are afraid to disrespect. He exists right now. He's just buried under 10 years of snooze buttons. You felt him before. Maybe for one single day in your life, the day you didn't need anyone's approval, the day your voice didn't shake, the day someone tried to test you and something in your eyes made them back off without you saying a word. You felt it, and then you let it go. You went back to being safe, back to being harmless. I'm going to tell you exactly how to bring him back. Permanently, but first I need you to understand why you buried him in the first place, because if you don't understand the trap, you'll walk right back into it by the end of this week. Here's the trap. You were taught that dangerous is a bad word. Nice, agreeable, easygoing. That's what gets rewarded in school, at work, in your family, so you optimized for it. You got good at being liked, and somewhere in that process you lost the one thing every dangerous person on earth still has: the willingness to be disliked for something you're not willing to compromise on. Stay with me, because this next part is the part most people skip past, and it's the part that changes everything. The lie you were sold dangerous does not mean violent. Let's kill that idea right now, because if you picture a fist when I say dangerous, you're going to miss the entire point of this video. Real danger is quiet. Think about it, a loaded gun on a table doesn't have to go off to change how everyone in the room behaves. It changes the room just by existing. That's the kind of dangerous I'm talking about. Capability without the need to prove it. A calm that other people can't rattle because they don't know what's underneath it and they're smart enough not to find out. You become that person the moment your word means something first to yourself, before it ever means anything to anyone else. You become that person the moment pain stops being something you avoid and starts being something you can sit inside of without flinching. And there's exactly one thing that builds that. Not talent, not luck. Not motivation. Motivation is a mood, and moods don't survive contact with a hard Tuesday morning. Discipline builds it, but not the version of discipline you're picturing right now. Keep watching, because I'm about to show you the version nobody teaches you, and it's uncomfortable. Why you're still harmless? Quick question. Answer it honestly, even if it stings. When was the last time you did something you didn't want to do purely because you said you would? If you had to think about it for more than 2 seconds, that's your answer. That's the whole diagnosis. You've been voting for the weak version of yourself in hundreds of tiny moments, and you didn't even notice the ballots. Every snooze button, every I'll start Monday, every time you let your mood decide your actions instead of your standards. Small votes, but votes compound, and right now, the weak version of you is winning the election by a landslide, and he doesn't even have to campaign because you keep showing up and voting for him out of pure habit. Here's what should terrify you a little. The world isn't short on smart people. It isn't short on talented people or people with good intentions who mean well and post inspiring quotes and genuinely want to change. What the world is almost completely out of is people who do what they said they would do. Especially when it's hard, especially when no one's watching, especially when it costs them something. That's the rarest trait on earth right now. And I'm about to prove to you why rarity is exactly what makes something dangerous. What the ones who actually became dangerous understood. The Spartans didn't train for war. Sit with that for a second. They trained so war would never bother finding out what they were capable of. Their strength wasn't a weapon. It was a warning label nobody wanted to read the hard way. Genghis Khan didn't build an empire because he was the strongest man alive. He built the most disciplined system alive, where every single soldier delivered exactly what was required with no excuses accepted, and ever. Discipline was the empire. The conquest was just the byproduct. Navy SEALs don't become the most feared operators on the planet through raw talent. They become that through repetition, through doing the unbearable thing over and over until their nervous system simply stops flinching at it. Discipline rewires what your body is willing to consider a threat. None of them were born this way, not one. They were built choice by choice, rep by rep, in rooms where nobody was clapping. And here's the part that should make your chest tighten a little. So are you, right now, today. If you're willing to pay a price most people quietly refuse to pay. So what is that price? Let's talk about it, because this is where most videos lie to you. The lie about discipline. Most people think discipline means suffering constantly, grinding, white-knuckling your way through every single day, gritting your teeth, hating your life in service of some future payoff. That's not discipline, that's burnout wearing a discipline costume, and it lasts about 3 weeks before it collapses completely, and when it collapses, it takes your self-trust down with it. Real discipline isn't a decision you make in the moment. That's the mistake almost everyone makes. They wait until they're standing in front of the donut, or standing in front of the snooze button, or standing in front of the hard conversation, and then they try to decide who they're going to be. And in that moment, comfort always wins. Always. Because comfort has home field advantage. Real discipline is a decision made in advance, defended in the moment. You decide who you are before the test shows up, so that when it shows up, there's nothing left to decide. No negotiation, no internal debate. The decision was already made last week, last month, the day you committed. The moment just executes it. This is the actual mechanism behind every dangerous, disciplined person you've ever admired. Not more willpower than you. A decision made earlier than you're used to making it. The moment this gets real. Here's where I stop talking in theory and give you the exact mechanism, because theory doesn't change your life. Application does, and I want this video to actually do something for you, not just make you feel something for 20 minutes and evaporate by tomorrow morning. There are 5 places discipline gets tested, just 5. Master these and you don't need 100 self-help hacks, because these 5 will rebuild the foundation underneath everything else. 1. Your body. This is the first place you lie to yourself, because it's the easiest place to lie to yourself. Train when you don't feel like it. Get up when the bed is warm. Every single time you override a physical impulse, you send your own mind one unmistakable message. I am in charge here, not you. Skip this one and nothing else on this list will hold. To your tongue. Undisciplined people talk too much. They explain themselves to people who never asked. They announce their plans before they've earned the right to. A dangerous person says less and delivers more, because silence isn't weakness, it's ammunition you haven't spent yet, and the moment you spend it, it's gone. 3. Your reactions. Anyone can stay calm when nothing's wrong. Discipline is staying level when everything is on fire. The second someone can predict exactly how to make you react, they own a piece of you, a lever they can pull whenever they want something. Take the lever away and you take the leverage away completely. 4. Your standards. A lowered standard feels like relief for about 10 minutes and costs you years. The disciplined version of you holds the same standard on the worst day as the best day. That consistency is exactly what other people learn to respect, because it means you cannot be talked out of who you are, no matter how good the excuse sounds. 5. Your time, you cannot get it back, ever. Most people spend it like they believe otherwise. The disciplined version of you protects the mornings, protects the focus, protects the exact hours everyone else is willing to waste, because that's precisely where your entire advantage gets built quietly while no one's watching. 5 things, not 50, and I promise you if you actually apply even one of these starting today, something in you will shift by this time next week. But there's a catch. And it's the part almost nobody tells you. The catch nobody tells you. None of these 5 will change your life in one day. That's exactly the trap that kills most people's progress. They expect the transformation to arrive overnight, and when it doesn't show up by Thursday, they quit and tell themselves discipline doesn't work for them. It's not that it didn't work, it's that they measured a marathon with a stopwatch built for a sprint. Discipline compounds exactly like interest does. One disciplined choice barely moves the needle, almost invisible. But 1,000 of them, stacked one on top of the last, build a completely different human being than the one who started. The version of you that wakes up early for 30 days straight is not the same man as the one who did it for one day. The version of you that holds his temper for a year is not the same man who held it for a week. Every single rep, even the ones that feel like nothing, is quietly constructing the version of you that other people will eventually be careful around. Not because you threatened anyone, because you became something nobody can underestimate anymore. And here's the detail that should really land: becoming dangerous doesn't feel dramatic while it's happening. It feels like nothing. It feels like getting up when you don't want to, staying quiet when you want to defend yourself, doing the hard set, the hard conversation, the hard hour. It feels like absolutely nothing on almost every single day, and then one random morning, months later, you catch yourself in the mirror and the person looking back is someone the world can no longer walk over. That's the whole secret. It was never dramatic, it was just consistent. What it cost you. I'm not going to pretend this is free. Becoming this version of you costs something real, and you deserve to know exactly what before you commit to it. It costs you the comfort of your excuses, the ones you've been running on autopilot for years. It costs you some relationships that only worked because you always bent first. It costs you the identity of the person who used to fold the second things got hard. Some people around you will not like the new version of you. Let them not like it. You weren't put here to make weakness comfortable for other people at the expense of your own life. But here's exactly what you get in return. A mind that doesn't panic under pressure because it is trained for pressure over and over in private. A body that doesn't betray you in the moment you need it most because you built it in 100 moments nobody applauded. A presence people feel before you even open your mouth, because certainty carries its own weight in a room, whether you say a single word or not. You stop needing permission to take up space. You stop needing anyone's validation to know exactly what you're worth. You stop being the person life happens to, and you become the person life has to negotiate with. The two roads. Right now, in front of you, there are two roads, and I need you to actually picture them, not just hear the words. Road one is comfortable, familiar. It's the road where you keep hitting snooze. Keep telling yourself you'll start Monday. Keep waiting to feel ready before you move. You already know exactly where that road ends because you've walked it before it ends nowhere. Harmless, easy to overlook, easy to talk over, easy to forget. Road 2 is harder. It demands the workout you don't want to do today. It demands silence when you want to argue back. It demands the early morning while the bed is still warm. But that road ends somewhere completely different, at a version of you that's calm, controlled, and finally actually dangerous in the way that matters. This isn't a video you're supposed to watch and then forget by dinner. It's a decision point, and it's happening right now whether you act on it or not, because not choosing is still a choice. And it's the one that keeps you exactly where you are. So pick one thing from everything you just heard. Your body, your tongue, your reactions, your standards, your time. Pick one and go master it in the next hour, not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you feel ready. Now, today. Because dangerous people are never built in comfortable moments. They're forged in the exact moments you're tempted to skip. The world does not need one more harmless person with good intentions and nothing to back them up. It needs you disciplined, controlled, and finally dangerous. Remember that version of you from the very beginning of this video, the one people were afraid to disrespect, the one buried under 10 years of snooze buttons. He's not gone. He was never gone. He's just been waiting for you to stop voting against him. Make the choice today, and remember this: you don't become dangerous by accident. You become dangerous through discipline.